Chapter 4: Growing Up as Boys and Girls. Look at the reaction of Renee's relatives when they first heard about the baby's birth and when she told them that it was a baby girl. Do you think it reflects our society's bias against the girl child? When a child is born, the first thing we want to know is whether it is a boy or a girl, even before asking about its health. In our interactions with others, we feel it necessary to first identify them as male or female. It shows that in our attitudes and approach we have different sets of values for men and women. This differentiation between persons based on their sex is called gender. Difference between sex and gender. There are two kinds of differences between women and men's sex and gender. Sex refers to the physical and biological differences between females and males. It is a natural difference. But gender is not so. It means socially constructed differences between the two sexes. It affects the relationship between women and men. It prescribes specific roles for them and accordingly defines the status of women and men in the family and in society. Gender stereotypes. Do we know how the different roles for different genders emerge? According to the traditional theory, the biological difference is the key to gender difference. This view of natural difference is called biological determinism. It insists that certain behaviors are unchangeable and so justified. However, if you analyze gender relations or the way men and women look at and deal with each other, you will find that they originate not from the physical or biological factors, but from the power relations in the family and in the society. We know that there is no superiority or inferiority of sexes as such. The differences in male-female relations, often regarding one superior or inferior to the other, are therefore not natural but created by society through the ages. Gender stereotypes refers to such socially constructed feminine and masculine patterns of behavior for women and men. Gender stereotypes are preconceived and widely held beliefs or expectations about the characteristics, roles and behaviors that are considered appropriate for individuals based on their gender. Social aspects of gender role. The construction of gender is a continuous process. It can get changed over time with experience and mature thinking. It points to the fact that gender equality is possible. It is a state where both females and males have equal opportunities. In effect, this means that everyone, male or female, can pursue a broad range of interests, subjects, careers, and lifestyles. In homes, children learn socially approved ways of interacting as female or male from their family, school, and community life. Our family structure creates a great impact on the individual's behavior in society, in the family, and at the workplace. Early in life, traits of dependency and helplessness are instilled in women. Boys are allowed more freedom during childhood, while freedom for girls is much less, and they are expected to take on their future role of mother or caretaker from their early years. In the school, gender equality can be improved at schools if the school is a place where girls and boys feel safe. Every student, whether a boy or girl, is respected and valued. The school recognizes its active role in the construction of gender and is committed to practices that reflect gender equality. All students have access to an effective and rewarding education. Though many rules and regulations are same for boys and girls, but some rules are different also, for example, school uniforms. In addition, textbooks often represent the gender-biased ideology present in the society. The illustrations given in the books often reinforce gender-biased notions. Teachers give more attention and encouragement to boys than girls. The choice of subjects taught in school also reinforce traditional rules. Girls are suggested to take home science, whereas science and technology are considered to be predominantly boys' subjects. Sufficient encouragement is not given to girls in the field of sports and physical education. In the community, gender-based social roles define the nature and type of activities taken up by women and men. In most societies, the role of women is limited to looking after the home and family. They are kept away from social roles beyond the confines of the family. Accordingly, they are also discriminated against in education and employment opportunities. Their hard work is not counted as economically productive. Financially, they are always dependent on men. This has led to men controlling women. But our experiences now in day-to-day life challenges all stereotypes. For example, astronaut Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams cannot be considered as physically, mentally or emotionally weak. Many great personalities like the Iron Lady, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, Jhansi ki Rani Lakshmi Bai, Bachendri Pal, Sania Mirza etc. are examples of strong women. Gender and social inequalities. Gender inequality is closely linked to other forms of social inequality. In principle, men and women are equal, with the same rights and duties. In practice, however, that is not so. Men generally earn more than women, they get better jobs, they make all important decisions in the family and have better positions of power in society. There are more boys than girls in school. There are many reasons for this. Girls are made to stay at home to do chores or look after younger brothers and sisters. They are also married off early and bear children at a young age. They are not encouraged to study because they may not find a suitable groom. Although gender inequalities are still prevailing in our society, yet the opportunities available to women have considerably broadened over the years. In the present scenario, women are not only competing but also walking with their head held high in all walks of life. Economic aspects of gender. In most societies, the socio-economic relations between women and men are largely unequal. Women receive unequal distribution of land and access to resources such as food and healthcare. An increasing number of girls and women are living in poverty. The gap between women and men is widening. In some countries, men and women inherit land equally. Where women have equal economic security with men, they also tend to have equal social and political power. In many Western countries, an increasing number of women are entering traditionally male-dominated professions, and more men are willing to share household work with their partners. Things are changing in some developing countries as well. The invisibility of women's work. The work done by a woman is rarely recognized in most cultures. If all activities including cooking, housekeeping, maintenance of kitchen, garden and poultry, grinding food grains, collecting water and firewood, etc. are taken into account, 88% of rural housewives and 66% of urban housewives can be considered economically productive. However, their employment in family farms or businesses is not counted as economically productive. And any income generated from this work is generally taken away by men. Unfair to women. These are some of the major areas where gender discrimination affects women in India the most. Malnutrition. Tradition in India requires that women eat last and least throughout their lives, even when pregnant. Malnourished women give birth to malnourished children. India has a very high rate of child malnutrition. Poor health women receive less health care than men. Lack of education. In villages, Families are less likely to educate girls. Girls are often made to stay at home and help in household work. Overwork. Women work for longer hours and their work is often more difficult than that done by men. Mistreatment. In recent years, there has been a sharp rise in crimes against women. Lack of awareness and poor social education are the root causes of dowry deaths, female infanticide, and selling of young girls into marriages. Powerlessness. Women lack the power to decide whom to marry, and thus are often married off.